All right, folks, welcome to something we're going to try as a video series. My name is Bob Lickfar. I'm with the Corps of Engineers at the Cold Regions Research Lab, and my cameraman is John Severance, who you can't see unless we turn the camera around. And I'm going to attempt to teach all things plants with a focus on wetland plants, not so much delineation, but plant identification and some other topics. And what we're going to do is we will start with sort of a lecture and a discussion. I intend to post downloads with each video so you can have things in a hard copy. And later we'll be making various field guides that will have keys in them, and we'll learn how to use all these things, and photos. And the theme is everything common. So we're going to focus common and wetlands. We're going to go over things over a period of time besides plant identification, such as the National Wetland Plant List, how you might submit a comment, or how do you get information, and we'll have web links for that. And then we have, across several agencies, a lot of wetland plant related studies are going on that are relevant to delineation, mitigation, restoration. And we'll be interviewing some of those researchers and folks, and they can tell us what they've learned, how they do things. We'll probably go to, like down here, on herbaria visits. That's where they store plants in a scientific fashion, and talk to a herbarium curator, and they can explain to us what the value of a herbarium is and what that means to you if you have an unknown plant. So over time, we're going to be going over a lot of topics. We're going to do this nationally. A lot of the plant identification we may do here in our backyard. We're in eastern Vermont right now. Our lab is right across the river in New Hampshire. But we plan on going out west. We'll be doing things like groups of willows. We'll go to the arid west, do riparian species. We plan on getting around, and no one person knows all those plants. And so in those kinds of locations, I intend on asking a local expert sort of give me a hand, so you'll get to meet other people, other botanists. And the other thing is that we should probably clarify this up front. This is not going to be scripted. This is just going to be, we're going to flow through this information. I'll share a lot of the things that we teach with, and it'll be off the cuff, and I think hopefully relaxed and enjoyable for you. So that's going to be our focus area, these other topics, and as I mentioned, we may get to dealing with how to sample. Our National Tech Committee for Wetland Vegetation's made videos on that, but we may clarify things. And the way we're going to do this, how are we going to do this? We're going to do it through these series of videos, probably half hour to 40 minutes in length. We'll attach downloads with the videos. We will post these videos on our National Wetland Plant List website, and you could just Google that title, and we'll post them in an obvious place. Each one will have a number and a name, so you can find it, and we'll begin to put local lists of the most common things. We have a way, and working with our computer program within our database, right here I have a list of the most common wetland families that are wetland plants for the whole country. Hawaii, Alaska, continental U.S., and we're going to work down this, and then as we move around, we'll be posting the most common things in different areas. So eventually we're going to build a whole library of things as we go. And they're not prepared today, but that's how I've been teaching. So I already have the tools and the mechanisms to do that. And then the class, as it is oriented to a hand lens. 10x is just fine. I'll probably be showing you a PDF. We're going to stick some PDFs in the downloads of maybe some seed types and the juncuses, the rushes, and maybe some grass structures that we can't readily show here. If I was in a classroom, I'd have this board and I'd have PowerPoints with morphological features, because we're going to go over, we're not going to make this so you have to know all the botanical names, but you're going to have to know certain ones and certain features and arrangements, and we'll do that in, I think, a pretty straightforward, easy fashion, and we'll make sort of handouts and crutches for everything so that you can follow along, and we'll work on the various groups.